I'm gonna look at Saru. No, he's too invested in his foe. Never mind.
Straight up into winners finals on stream. I'm not sure if they actually will stream the top 8 losers matches as well, but we'll just have to wait. If they will do that, then the one grand finals will have to wait for a long time, but you know, that's part of the game. So as we see right now, iStudying trying to get his aerial mobility up to point. You see him already starting out first blood for iStudying in this set.
They're once again feeling each other out. I believe these two haven't played before. This is like the first time these two face off in Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, and Ultimate it definitely is. I think they have played in 4, but I mean, it's such a different game, and Semi playing a completely different character as well. That has to make a difference for iStudying. As we see right now, the game fairly even. The two players kind of feeling each other out, getting neutral interactions, winning them one after another. iStudying getting the back air landing. So
Ooh, that was very bold down air there.
Yeah, that's what I also always like about game 1. You see players usually playing more in their, I guess you could call their autopilot. And you know, a lot of people tend to have bad affinities with the word autopilot. But having a good autopilot is actually a very important aspect, because for game 1 it can actually save lives for you.
And it's very calming if you can just play with an autopilot.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you won't be put on too much pressure.
Yeah, what we see right now is that both players haven't adjusted to each other yet. So what they're doing is just trying to get their idea of what the opponent is looking for. And I will see Supahsemmie getting the first stock, and after I guess the first minute in, or the first half minute in, the second minute is already starting to shape out in Supahsemmie's advantage right there. He gets momentum right there. Tries to juggle him with the upper.
Sadly missing that grab there.
Yeah, iStudying not getting grabbed, so he's able to get to the stage safe. Tries to get his footing going.
He's trying to find a countermeasure here.
Yeah, but we saw that against Space 2 in the set, right? It was Space that got the early advantage, but who came out on top? It was actually iStudying. So a very confident player that is able to trust and have faith in his own adaptive game, you know. So gets the down tilt, doesn't quite get the follow-up.
I do like how Semi is aware of these potential killing blows for him.
Yeah.
However, not that one.
That's the stop.
Like, I do wonder, would that be true? Because I've seen it a couple of times now, but it doesn't kill early, but it does eventually just connect.
It's probably also because you have to react so quickly because of Greninja's high jumps, and he gets so much height in such a short time, so it's probably really hard to react to. And when you are like, oh, damn, I have to air dodge, you're probably too late.
Okay.
So.
Did you see that? Like, you would be expecting a forward air there, but he was just felt like he was feeling him out, and eventually wanted to go for a forward air, but iStudying, of course, opted to use upper low for most of the time.
And right now, Semi with a very patient ledge game gets the forward air on the ledge jump.
There's no patience here. Hey, eat this forward air.
Eat this forward air, but he's not committed. He stays himself in a safe position, and he makes sure that he gets the damage on the ledge instead of just trying to overextend with a hard read. Gets the forward air right there. Puts on a couple of damage on iStudying. Both players having equal percentages, but if you look at the stock count, we actually see a different story. Strong, good spot dodge by iStudying, avoiding the grab, expecting him to grab him there, but iStudying trying to land with back air. Right now it's Semi that's keeping iStudying from getting his footing back, so...
Yeah, it seems like Semi is just trying to feel out what iStudying is doing in certain situations, so eventually later on with his last stock that he won't be caught by some of these options.
Exactly, and if you look at that, I mean, one down air, one nair, one down tilt, or one dash attack, and it can convert him into up smash, and that's scary.
Also, something I noticed, is the ceiling higher now in this on this stage? Yeah,
I think it is.
Binky is giving me a nod. Yep. And it definitely, like, if you look at the minimap, whenever the characters are out of bounds, you will see how big that ceiling is. Like,
yeah, it's way
it was
bigger.
first the stage to go to if you want to have early kills at the top. Now it's not anymore.
I'm actually happy that they changed that. Oh, what?
But he died first! That was so sad!
That was such a sick play, but it didn't turn out in his favor.
That's just stuff for nightmares.
I think if he had slightly more percent, Semi would be the one dying first.
It was so anticlimactic there. Like, oh, that was a good read. Oh, wait, what?
iStudying has been on point with these counters all tournament probably, but that one didn't pay off for him.
Sadly, it didn't.
And there in the background, we see some action going. We see an Inkling player. I'm not sure who it is.
Something I only noticed now, like Young Link and Supahsemmie almost have the same hair. We should give Supahsemmie like Young Link had for his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. We should let it say like dye your hair blonde, man.
No, let's respect his natural hair color.
Semi on the ledge, are putting pressure on him there. Gets a neutral air through the platform. You cannot stay on the ledge for too long, or iStudying will punish you for it.
That didn't do much damage, though. Did you see that? It was only like a 1% from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Shuriken.
Oh, again with the counter, he's not afraid.
These weird angles, man.
It's like I eat with that just now, but you know you're not off the topic yet, man. I'm still gonna get you. Ooh, tries to get the ledge punish on the regular get up or get up attack probably, but Semi aware of it, doesn't get hit by it.
There we go. That move is perfect to catch those spot dodges.
Yep. And
you can actually get, I believe, a guaranteed follow up out of it if you manage to read the eye.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I'm trying to get his footing, rolling around. Semi to confuse him a bit right there with some fancy movement. Semi on the ledge, I'm studying with quite low percentage, but I mean, one swift of momentum could change all of it. Gets to a beat, that does so much damage. You just see that did like 20. And like one swoop of momentum and it's already changed up, it's even again.
It's just so exciting these players seeing them play.
Oh,
that actually took out Supahsemmie from across the stage.
Sneaky right there, iStudying. Sneaky.
It's so sneaky he didn't suspect the thing.
Exactly. Oh, the cross up with the forward.
There we go.
iStudying thought he was able to grab it. He barely got the cross up, and that net him kill right there. The pogo stick.
I really love the pogo stick for Young Link.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it reminds me of Melee, you know, the pogo.
It kind of reminds me of DuckTales on the NES.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Like one of these days, someone's going to make a Scrooge McDuck skin for Young Link, just because of the down air, and I will cherish the day it happens.
I mean, these players just cannot reach out too much from the other one. They just stick close to each other, and then when one guy is taking the stock, then the other one's like, yeah, well, I'll take your stock in the chase as well, you know.
It's like they're doing just regular business and trying to even their trades.
Yeah.
But only one eventually will, of course, come out of top of this business talk.
Yep.
Like, just imagine that iStudying and Supahsemmie just sitting across the table in formal wear, together with their whole team of supervisors, you name it, and they're just trading these agreements with one another.
The bomb.
And eventually, one, of course, makes the better deal, and
I like
it's
how
looking very close.
I like how iStudying was like, you know, you can have a bomb, you can have everything in your hand that you want. I don't care. I'm still gonna gimp and kill you. So don't get any ideas in your head. You're still gonna die first.
You have to keep in mind, if he grabs the bomb, he can't just instantly go for a nair or another defensive option while iStudying is trying to actually go for the gimp.
I mean, man, if he just gets so much mileage out of the projectile game, it's so strong. He's able, like, you know what? If you get hit, you'll just die, you know? He's at like 147, so, you know, it's a percentage to die, but still. Gets a forward air. Strong aerial approach by iStudying.
Riding those waves there, Supahsemmie.
I didn't. Ooh, that was weird, but it worked out. Semi finding himself at 65%.
Again riding those waves, however, not taking iStudying with him this time.
And that's the down tilt to the forward air confirmed. I'm kind of confused by the way Semi where he is actually flying when he gets hit by the hydro pump. Usually push you away.
Yeah, I can't quite follow why you would actually go that way while the hydro pump goes like that way.
I don't know.
Physics, man.
Yeah, physics. Water pressure, man.
Then again, if you look at knockback alteration, well, the knockback alteration does make sense though in this game.
You know what they call it?
No?
Video game logic.
Video game logic. Well, the thing is about knockback alteration though, it does actually make quite sense. It just mashes two angles together and finds the in-between spot. Like for example, if one move sends you upwards and the other sends you downwards, you just go sideways.
Yeah, it makes sense. So
But yeah, that's for a whole other different slew of characters.
Yep. So we get the frog against
Well, this is a
the
change
boy
of
with the
music
sword once again. So yeah, this is definitely a change of music.
and change of scene. I can't remember I've seen the stage before in all the games I commentated.
Yeah, me neither. And I actually think it's a very cool stage. I already liked the stage in Raw because it has a very unique layout. Well, I guess Smashville kind of has the same layout now as well.
Also this stage, basically having this stage in the stage list makes for whatever Belmont player that's out there actually like an instant ban because of how because of these slopes. They can't actually pull off the pressure they do on other stages. So having this stage in the stage list in a way that actually counters the Belmonts in some way, it's actually pretty neat.
I actually like a lot of players actually tend to struggle with slopes in this stage, and I think it's a very interesting mechanic to have in this stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in the way it's laid out on Yoshi's as well, because it actually makes ledge trapping a bit tricky because of the fact that your opponent is a bit lower. So some two-frame moves don't actually work the same way.
And just like that, like options were covered there. There were bombs dropping from the air. There was like this helicopter just slicing away there and just taking the stock. Like, what you gonna do about that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could have gone for the counter, but I don't know.
Semi getting back on stage safely right there. Pulls a bomb. Right now we see iStudying going for the ledge guard, gets the backer approach. Oh. Yes.
Utilizing the walls of the stage, very clever there, Supahsemmie.
Yeah, he was aware. He's like, man, you and your counters, get out of here.
Like, if I recall correctly, Youngling is like the only of the links that actually has a wall jump, right? Like, Link doesn't have it.
Nope. And I'm not sure about Toon Link. He might have it.
Nah, I think his legs are too short.
Could be.
Like,
anyway, I was studying with great pressure. Getting the 4 there, I think it was actually a shield poke because his shield was very small. And I'm not sure if he actually dropped it. That's one of the things that is with shielding in this game, right? Shield pressure in this game is actually way more viable. So getting a shield poke is actually a more viable option as well. So if you just put enough pressure on it with hitboxes, you might eventually get that one poke that you needed.
And that one poke, of course, can lead to tons of damage or even the stock.
Even the stock, yeah.
Yeah, I like. You see the patience from Supahsemmie. Like, he's gonna feel out because he knows his up air will reach him anyway, and it will last quite long.
Yep, so neutral air into 4 there confirm, and that's 50 damage right there. Ooh, the 4 there get up. iStudying not quite ready, but Semi aware of the fact that that was.
There we go. He's just riding along with Greninja,
he knew
getting it down there.
He knew that iStudying was going to go for the jump, so he just did the same thing and went for the down air.
Yeah, it's the second time he actually tries that, and the second time it's actually paying off.
Once again, you know, the no mix-up, or I guess the going back to the old mix-up.
Sometimes not doing a mix-up is a mix-up on itself.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. As long as you've got different options, the no mix-up is a viable option.
The best option is the option that your opponent isn't ready for.
That's actually sounds weird, but it's actually true, yeah.
Yep. Logic, my man.
Unless that mix-up.
Oh, got the air dodge right there, and that's stock. But iStudying is still at a deficit, 91%. We'll have to give us one of those iStudying moments again with down there to 4 there of stage or something funny. 4 there
taking up air.
Ooh, that was almost a stop.
The fair to down tilt to up air. I find it very clean.
Yep. Oh, the man got the grab. iStudying trying to get pressure with the aerial, but Semi just weaving back, getting his grab, being aware of that approach from that iStudying was going for. And now he's just giving iStudying respect. He's like, you know what? I don't want to take too much percent because that would risk me dying and I'm in the lead anyway, you know, so iStudying respecting that. That's what I like about iStudying. He's at 155, you know, and he's not approaching because don't have the lead. I have to approach. You don't have to approach. If your projectile game is strong enough to catch your opponent at bay, then you can
And just chip away.
Chip away. And I mean, every single bit of damage before you die is damage, you know. So, ooh, doesn't get hit, but he up tilt air dodging away. Very smart, expecting that option. Jab doesn't kill. I was sitting at 183. Pretty much everything will get, almost got the forward air.
Like one up air is gonna take it. I wonder, will he eventually land with an up air? Just to go with that.
Yeah, exactly. I was studying. Is aware that Semi is looking for that option.
Up tilt or forward tilt will take iStudying out now. And he's
that's it.
It is.
That was so scary, man. You see iStudying moving around. It's like I have 180%.
Yeah.
But if I get trapped, if I get hit by a tilt, I'm dead.
But he survived for quite long. Did you see iStudying was like he was in a pickle, like he was on the platform trying to stay away from those up airs and forward airs, but he did manage to survive quite long. Like that's enough time to actually take out the opponent who's actually in the lead.
I mean, if as long as you don't die, the game is still alive, you know. And if you have 180% and your opponent just can't find the kill move,
exactly,
and he has like 80 and you keep doing damage, I mean, eventually he'll get at 190 as well, you know.
And we've seen it before with like down at the forward air, for example.
Yep.
Like Space was back then was in the lead, and eventually like he wasn't in the lead anymore. Your lead doesn't matter if you lose your stock.
Yep. And I like how Semi is not overextending either. He's just staying patient. He's like, you have 190. If you make one mistake, I'm going to move around, use my movement to scare you. And that eventually led to the stock. Sometimes not pressing a button, except for your like directional button to move your character, is the best option.
That's definitely true.
Gets a 4-tilt. They actually trade hit right there. And it's Semi with the early momentum. Good whiff punish by iStudying right there with the dash attack. Yeah, well, you have to drop that shield eventually.
Eventually you have to. And I'm not sure how big the hitbox is on the jab finisher.
Yeah, it would have hit him, but I like that on a platform it doesn't push him off. So iStudying knows like, dude, this jab puts a lot of pressure on him right there, and he has to pick an option eventually because otherwise, well.
Then again, the jump, of course, he can jump out of it. And iStudying is still not stuck in that animation, which is not really favorable though for iStudying.
Yeah, you're right. But if iStudying is the one guessing the timing that he will jump correctly, then he will get the finishing move. So, I mean, it's a difficult position. Semi was able to get out of it though. Oh, the backer with the boomerang trade. I like that because otherwise it would have probably been a very strong exchange. So, iStudying with a lot of pressure on Semi right there. Semi gets the dash attack. Oh, the boomerang angle. Oh, catching me on the way back. So right now,
where did the music go, though?
Yeah, the music's gone. Oh well, it'll return. Yeah. Anyway, iStudying putting pressure with the aerials, but the neutral air out of shield will be it.
Not gonna do it quite yet though.
No, not yet. Oh, the backer.
He was able to tag that, but he's gonna get Hydro Pump though. He's just gonna get forward smashed.
The stock anyway. So iStudying with the stock lead, but at 140%, one good move from Semi.
There we go.
And it's even again.
I must say, not having background music feels kind of weird. It feels like we should be whispering.
So should we do that?
I don't know. I'm quite sure how well they can heal us if we whisper.
With the momentum. Gets the up air right there.
Semi gets the up air. Maintaining stage control. iStudying there with the rapid jabs. Claiming the stage back for himself.
Gets the dash attack on a whiff punish. Oh, he tried to get him there, but Semi
ambitious gimp there, but it didn't work out.
Great awareness from Semi and gets the recovery. I mean, he's covering so many options there that iStudying up to go for the platform, but he's ready for that as well. Gets the pressure with the projectiles. And now iStudying me like, I can give you a taste of your own medicine. I can throw stuff at your head all day long and make it change to my advantage.
The only thing you have to do is avoid me.
He has the bomb. He has the bomb. Yeah, that will save him.
Like, iStudying was waiting there just a bit too long because he wasn't sure how long that fuse was.
Yeah, exactly.
If he got in right away, he wouldn't be able to actually take the stock away.
It's actually a mind game because it'll actually start glowing red really quickly, but it doesn't explode for quite a long while actually. So you think, oh, it's almost going to explode, and it actually isn't.
I would almost say it's not a mind game, more like a mind game.
It's like a visual, how do you call it?
Visual cue.
Yeah. It's a misleading visual cue.
Like it stays out there for quite some time, but still it's already flashing like crazy, and it's just really off-putting. Like, is it going to already blow up? And then it's like 2 seconds later.
Great grab from Semmie, aware of iStudying is landing there. Punishes that. Ooh, Semmie with the pressure. Gets the dash attack. Semmie is having momentum again, throws the boomerang in the ground to cover the space right above him. That little angle.
Ooh, that neutral air. That neutral air is quite strong on the first few hitboxes.
Yep, and this is down to the wire. I mean, if Semmie takes it, then that's the grand finalist for you. But if iStudying is taking it, then we have a game 5.
Like, something I noticed that Supahsemmie, sometimes it seems like Supahsemmie is just opting to take that the shuriken.
Oh, the grab. He knew that he was staying in shield. Great conditioning right there. Oh, the roll in, but iStudying getting hit from that. Semmie with momentum, gets the boomerang. Ooh, that's the upper, the jump.
Extending his advantage there.
He's extending his advantage. He's like, I'm going to get as much damage out of it as I can. Nair out of shield, just throwing out of shield option right there. Landing there, up air.
That's gonna hurt a lot. Oh, only barely dodging that forward air.
Yeah, that would definitely have been the stock. iStudying still with the momentum. Ooh, jumps away. This is so scary. Oh my god!
Is it enough? No, it's not enough yet. We got some good DI there from iStudying here.
Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. That was so amazing.
Yeah, that forward air cancel too, down smash.
The fact that iStudying didn't die from that, I was able to.
There we go. That was what I was talking about earlier. I was already questioning when he would go for the lasting hitbox.
This pressure, dude.
This is getting intense. Well, it's already intense, though. But as the second pass by, it's getting more and more intense. Percentages are rising up. And there we go.
The stock.
Huck.
Semmie was so aware of the positions that iStudying was able to go through.
This is if you're playing Young Link, this is definitely something you want to study.
Yeah, like, I mean,
just putting such a character.
Anyway, that will be it for us. I'm actually happy that I was able to commentate this